So, you all made your way and boarded onto a strange subterranean craft designed for oceanic exploration and something that you have rightfully earned in the future, but are currently stealing and absconding with into the ocean. There is barely enough space for all of you in here, but it is manageable. Up front in the head portion of this cephalopod type beast, there is 3 seats arranged in an arc, where the first one seems to be positioned in front of several contraptions which have foot pedals and levers for steering the craft. To the left, slightly askewed, as well as the right. But to the left, there seems to be several view screens and readouts for the general senses and navigation for this device. And to the right, there seems to be more. There seems to be like a set of, I can't think of the term, like gauntlets type thing for you to stick your hands into, and they, under brief investigation, seem to control the crab-like claws for the front half of this creature for interacting with objects outside. And then sort of middle behind all 3 of those chairs is another seat, perhaps for some sort of leadership or command or whatnot. Behind that front head section is the body, which isn't as steady as the rest of the head when moving, but there is 4 more seats up against the walls with a pathway leading between them, basically for the other passengers. So, wherever you all would like to sit is entirely up to you. But we don't have to. You can think about that as I continue to describe the scene. As you board into this craft and delve beneath the waves, it is already sunset and it is dark outside, but upon entering the waters, it becomes even darker, which you did not think was possible. Even for those of you with dark vision, it is difficult to see through the silt of the ocean floor. This craft does swim as well as walk along the ocean floor. And as you delve deeper, the runes along its outside glow just slightly enough to give you guys a general sense of the landscape without making your craft draw too much attention. The natural movement and soft glow of this craft is designed to be relatively natural for ocean type creatures, so it will blend into the environment. But if anyone wants to, cast any light spells or anything to make it easier for you all to see, you will basically light yourselves up like a beacon. Making your way across the ocean floor, you move from simple sands and rock to basically open seafloor, but you can still see that there are large chunks of rock and trees, and as you go farther and farther down, you can actually see broken bits of structure and architecture, the kind of which that none of you really recognize. Actually, I will allow anyone who wants to roll a history check, but it will be nearly impossible.
I'm a roll one.
Okay.
Sure, why not? I'll roll one.
I got a 17.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Ooh, 15.
I'm going to say, Freddie, you got the highest, right? A 19?
18.
Oh, you got an 18. Who got the 19? Sierra, that's right.
No,
I got a 17.
Oh, you got a
17,
17?
18,
Who,
and
who got the
15.
19?
I'm pretty sure no one
No
got
one.
a 19.
Oh,
I got 18. Sierra got 17. Havelock got 15.
okay.
Whole gear got.
I don't think anyone recognizes these structures. Like, you've never seen these structures before. But for Sierra and Freddie, you both kind of know a story. A story of a civilization that was completely and utterly destroyed, cast down and sent tumbling into the sea. Once built atop the highest mountains, then once they were attacked, shattered and tumbled downwards into the sea. Which also makes sense for the landscape that Aiden was built upon, was these basically shattered mountains, both making a city in the sort of crevices that the mountain landscape that was destroyed left behind, and also those building piers and pathways along the various smaller islands into the city, or into the sea, excuse me. But down here, below the waves, you can see the remnants, and these structures, still eroded and crumbled and destroyed, are not completely eroded and destroyed by time. So this was not that long ago that this happened. Although it would be difficult to try and determine how long they've been in the water. I think people would need to go out into the water and investigate personally to try and detail how long ago this was. But as you're moving through this wreckage, you see mostly just destroyed architecture, but you can see that there are some littered bits of like weaponry and armor and whatnot. But as you can see, they're being collected by a species of crustacean creatures that all turn and look at you, and Gargamel kind of leans forward into the cockpit and says, I have warned them of our advance. The path should be clear for us. And sure enough, they notice you in this tank-like contraption, as it would appear to them. They simply move out of the way as these humanoid crab creatures simply allow you a wide berth as you make your way across the ruins of this fallen empire. And as you make your way deeper and deeper across the ocean floor, what did you want to say? Someone say something? Okay. You all feel a sense of relief for pulling this off, but there is also a sense of concern. You do not know where you're going or how to get there. There is only the idea of heading towards Havelock's old recesses of what would have been his homeland. But how to get there, and even if it does still exist, you do not know. And it is this confusion and concern and sense of unease that you all begin to ponder what to do and why you're here and how this came to be. And for the most part, you all have been going with the flow as the world around you has thrust you into various civil situations and forced to react to different things. And basically, people have been telling you what to do this entire time, and now you're unsure what to do, even if what you are doing is the right thing to do. And it is this unease that washes over you that begins to sink as you in this vessel sink deeper and deeper into the ocean, so deep and dark that you wonder if the surface is even still there. And though the thought that there will be another day tomorrow where you enjoy a race and festivities, you are still concerned that eventually the oceans themselves will disappear. So you have at least that to look forward to. But while the waters still surround you and weigh down this vessel as it slowly progresses out into the ocean, you know that you still have time left. What would you all like to do? And I guess I would like to ask, what positions would you guys like to be in this craft? I believe Holgir said that he wanted to be driving, so. And yes, Holgir has the Pathfinder compass, which, if someone wants to use it, I don't know if Holgir is specifically using it, but when you hold it and think of a place that you want to go to, you will attune to it, and then it will point to that direction.
I'll take it.
Okay. Havelock would know the place best, and yes, it's basically magic GPS. It's a little bit different from Find the Path, that spell, because this basically holds as long as you retain attunement. And since Havelock doesn't really have a whole lot of magic items, you can go ahead and add that to your inventory. The Pathfinder compass. And you can read over it at your leisure. But is anyone sitting anywhere else in the cockpit of this vessel, either manning the arms of this beast or the information array?
Havelock sits in the back.
Oh,
Okay.
I'll manage the arms.
Okay. The arms have a plus 12 to hit and a strength of 22. You don't need to worry about that. Just when the time comes, you'll roll a d20 and I'll let you know if you do the thing you want to do.
Okay.
But other than being strong, these crab claws are quite defined and so they're not just like big, bulky arms that flare around. They're very precise, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And actually, something that Johnny would notice is that the way that this craft is designed is that each individual piece is intricately enchanted, which means that if anything were to break on this thing, the rest of it would continue working, which is typically not how you would want to enchant something. You would want to enchant like all of the limbs to work as one thing. Similar to how an animated suit of armor is just simply animated with a single spell, but if you break off a part of it, it kind of just falls apart. This will continue going even if it loses pieces, and if like the tail or an arm gets lopped off, they can still function, but you would have to like be able to get to them and control them separate from the body. And so reattaching them would actually be a lot easier. It's a time and material intensive process, but it's a much higher quality of thing, basically. Anywho, just some flavor in there. But yes, the actual body of this thing does seem to be made of a strange alloy and designed in almost an ancient way, but it uses various types of magic, both old and new, to create something even more potent. Just some flavor for you. Is there anything else anyone would like to say or do?
I think this is a no.
Hmm?
I think this silence is a no.
Okay.
Ogre's typing something.
I guess you all are just continuing to make your way into the deep. Whoever is in the cockpits, even if they're not using the
Systems?
the systems, specifically the navigation system. It also had like sensors and whatnot. You all can make general perception checks, or use your passive perceptions.
Havelock's just in the back talking to Gargamel.
Okay. Yeah, Gargamel has to like kind of scrunch over to stand and is basically sitting down. Testing capabilities like acceleration and agility. Yeah, this thing, it has a movement of 40. And it does have like a relatively nice agility. Also, as you guys, I don't know if Holger does this, but if he were to like suddenly jerk the thing, or go upside down, none of you feel this sensation. And in fact, even if it does go upside down, you guys are all still affixed to the floor of this craft, which may be a little trippy for some of you. Yeah, I think Gargamel's just sort of talking to Havelock in the back, like,
so what exactly is it that we're going to be doing?
Surviving.
And what does that entail exactly? We have survived countless generations along the seafloor, simply minding our own business and defending ourselves, but you described something more sinister.
Well, that won't exactly war happen. Of the war.
Yes, you have informed me of a greater threat. The oceans disappearing.
All I really know is it has something to do with the gods. That's about it.
Gargamel clenches a fist and kind of slams it.
The gods have abandoned us long ago. We have done well without them.
But now it seems like they're trying to kill us as well.
We have experienced that curse as well.
Then your help is going to be amazing for what's going to be happening.
Also, Gargamel does give off like a soft glow, which is probably lighting up the interior of this space more than the normal lights are.
I'm just imagining like someone turns around, they just see like Havelock like covered in like green Gargamel.
Yeah, he's giving off kind of like a soft yellow light. Do you guys remember the old Scooby-Doo cartoons with the
I already know where you're going with this.
I forget what it's.
You're talking about that one monster guy, and he had like this yellow glow coming off of him a bit, like
Yes.
show. Yeah, I know exactly
Captain
what you're talking
Cutlass.
about.
The deep sea diver with the glowing seaweed and whatnot. Yeah, that's basically Gargamel.
That is a perfect thing for Gargamel.
Also, when Gargamel speaks, all of you can understand him now.
Oh.
Man, I was hoping like they wouldn't be able to understand. They just like turn around and look at me.
Well, I mean, if you still want to speak in like fish
Fish?
language, you can. But he can speak common now.
The elders gave me a blessing before I left. I told them that I was given a name by one of the Orkin.
Yeah, I think that Havelock's a big deal for them.
Yeah, he gives like a little explanation as to kind of like their system and whatnot, and they do have like general like hierarchy and elders and whatnot. But yeah, these creatures don't have names, as do most monstrous creatures and races. Even if they do have like some understanding of civilization, usually naming conventions isn't something that is common amongst them. So to be given a name is quite a high respect, basically. Basically, if you're given a name, you are like a legendary. So yeah.
It's like a named opponent in a video.
Yeah, basically.
Who was that hero? Just some guy.
I think the best way that it was sort of described is if you guys have ever seen that anime, The Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime.
Not yet.
Is that when creatures are given names, they actually do grow in power.
Oh yeah.
It's usually like the correlation, not the causation, but like once like a creature has experienced like an adventure and survived and whatnot, and they go back and they tell stories of this thing, and it eventually gets given a name. But yeah, it is a very old kind of magic, but still holds true for anything. That giving something a name gives it power. It's like when you don't want to get attached to something, you don't want to humanize it or whatever by giving it a name.
So if we didn't have named like the root Marbazak, this wouldn't be happening.
Morbazak had a name, and it was the Morbazak. The World Tree was never given a specific name, perhaps because of that fact, because it was not tried to give it a sense of sentience and, organic consciousness. But the root, the base of the Earth Tree did need to have a sense of sustenance to sustain itself. It was given a name, the Morbazak, for the act of it being able to gain and grow in power. Unfortunately, it was because of this sentience that it did grow. It eventually grew disdain towards its position and thought that it could do a better job than its branches. So it sought to overcome its position and grow in power and take over controlling and supporting the multiverse. Or the planar verse, excuse me.
It thought it could handle more.
Yes. But this was a pipe dream, and it knew it. It knew that this was something that could not take place, for in doing so, it would require vast amounts of power in order to not only continue its job at the base of the tree, but also grow up and replace the trunk and limbs of the tree. But with the infestation of this some sort of rot that no one knows where it came from, and what exactly it is or does, but it did seem to mess with the consciousness of the Morbazak, causing it to grow more fearsome and ferocious, causing it to lash out and enact in this idea that it had. In doing so, it reached into various different planes, searching for sources of sustenance, of power to, keep itself going. And that's why whenever the root attacked, it was very quick, very rash. But once it was defeated, it quickly escaped, as it was unable to hold itself there. It was desperate for something, and apparently it found that in the structure gel that it found.
So I'm basically hearing this thing got addicted to Zugs.
Yeah, basically. Imagine you're working at McDonald's for 200 millennia, and then someone comes in and stabs you with like a rage virus, and you just sort of start you start by just like yelling at people and taking control, and you actually start doing your job better, until you eventually get put into an office. Man, this this whole analogy kind of fell apart. Never mind.
When you said raids virus in like 28 days,
Freddy felt that one.
I feel attacked.
Imagine working at an unpaid job where you have to do a lot of work, and you've done it since the beginning of time. and you are unappreciated, unheard of, unknown, and unrespected, and there is no escape. And once there is even an inkling of change, you just sort of take it and run with it. That's basically what happened.
Until something pushed it out of the edge.
Yeah. So the Morbizak's ideals are good. Its intentions perhaps a little not the best way to go about it, but you do know that it is unable to hold and control the structure that is the World Tree. And so in doing so, it became desperate for more structure and source of energy.
And now it's feeding itself from Structure Joe.
Yes, it is managed to reinforce itself, which you're pretty positive has also affected its thinking processes. Are there any other sort of questions or anything you all would like to sort
How
of
much
go
wood could a woodchuck suck if a woodchuck could suck?
About 317 kilograms on a good day.
A fair answer, a fair answer.
A little bit on a bad day.
So, what are the rest of you all doing?
I think we're just like enjoying the trip.
Okay. Who was in the front? Just Johnny and Holger?
I think Freddy was on the arms or something.
Yeah, I'm on the arm.
Okay. And is Johnny on the sensors, alright? Or was Johnny doing something else? Anyone who wants to that's in the front cockpit, please make me a perception check, or you can use your passive perception.
Alright, so I got a nat 20, so then plus my plus 4, so I got 24.
It's a natural 20, minus 5. What for a total of what?
24.
Oh, okay.
Holger got a 32.
Holger got a 32. Okay. Yeah, you guys can I'll say that for this era you can see everything. You guys can see that oh, you also got a nat 20 for 32. Nice. You can see that these the crustacean people are collecting useful bits of scrap. A lot of it you can recognize as like bits of like maybe like a metal fence. You don't see a whole lot of weaponry, but you do see like fragments of armor or like bits that were still sort of part of other structures and whatnot. And they're just kind of collecting those bits and pieces and they're carrying them off. And they're going down into a burrow with it and going out of sight. But in this process, you can also see that they are they're just kind of scuttling around, kind of like ants are collecting stuff. But you can see that they are staying away from a certain area. They're like making, in addition to giving you all a wide berth, they're giving even something else an even wider berth. And it's up to you guys if you choose to investigate either of these areas or not. I will say that the area that they're staying away from, you can see a lot of metal and like shiny bits and stuff. And you can actually sense on the readout is that there's a lot of magic over there.
I'm gonna look at Gargamel. What's up with them?
That is the grave of the warrior. We dare not approach it. Out of respect, of course, but also fear.
I think we should avoid that area.
How strong is it?
I'm sorry, who said that?
This warrior was legendary, even amongst the surface world. We heard it down here in the oceans. It is one of the reasons we dare not approach the dry land. He was known for felling nations and destroying corrupt people and governments and, well...
I think I know who it is.
He worshipped the blood god and he delivered
Yup.
valiant amounts. But one day he chose to revoke his oath, and in doing so, the blood god revoked his duty to him, and his boon of undeath as the warrior of the blood god. He died shortly after.
We have found Technoblade's grave, everyone.
And as those of you who wish can look, there's probably like a small porthole in the side that you can look through, but mostly it's through the front dome that you can see. There is just a solid stone coffin, and scattered around it is 1,000 broken blades. And the surface of the coffin is scraped and marred, and if you didn't know better, you would think that something was clawing and trying to get in, but you can guess what happened due to all of these blades being broken is that these swords and halberds and other weaponry were brought and shattered against the stone coffin in respect that even in death he still felled foes.
Yeah, so as I say we avoid that area, guys.
Okay.
So long, nerd.
We shouldn't.
Okay, y'all just continue on. Eventually, you do make your way out into the open ocean. And this is probably just past the gulf where you fought the Kraken. And you can still see bits and pieces of various craft and Kraken bits floating in the water. But for the most part, it is simply open ocean with endless sand in every direction. And you'll just continue to keep a low profile scuttling across the ocean floor.
I say we're doing pretty well, guys. I don't like that sound.
What's everyone doing this hour? Actually, I won't go hour by hour. Just because you guys probably don't have like a timepiece or whatnot. But actually Holgear might. But what are you guys all doing during this trip?
I'm gonna study my the blood thing.
Your what now?
You know how I've been like messing with people's blood.
Okay. You want to just
Yeah,
kind of
I'm-
do some research?
Yeah, I'm gonna do some research with my free time.
Holgear says, much like IRL, I'm driving. Yeah. Driving this vehicle is relatively easy as long as it's going in a straight path and there isn't a whole lot of terrain to navigate. So at any point in time, if anyone, wants to, take a rest and people can do shifts and whatnot, I'm sure you all don't want to like go for like 12 hours and then take a nap.
I'm just gonna like pop up behind Zani and like slowly take.
Lee Can has like curled up in the back and has tried to fall asleep and has found that they cannot.
You cannot rest. There are monsters nearby.
Nice. Go ahead, Havelock. Go ahead and make me an intelligence check.
Ooh, that's gonna be a rough one for me, huh?
If you have another skill you'd prefer to use.
Nah, I got this.
Okay.
That's a 17.
Okay. With the help of a small notebook that the lady gave you, I think her name was Amelia. The doctor that you met in town, she gave you like a little handbook basically. And it does sort of go over the various ways of transfusions, and you do learn about that a bit more and learn of that process and how best to basically work blood types together.
I'm slowly understanding.
Yep, little by little. Is there anything else anyone's doing?
I think I'm just praying.
Okay, make me a religion check.
Seven.
No response. Okay. So you all are just continuing to navigate slowly across the ocean floor. Havelock is attuned to the compass, but I assume the compass is up in the front compartment where Holgear can see it and is basically just holding forward. You do not know how far this destination is, how long it will take, and what you will see when you get there.
Anyone got any food? Messing with this blood's making me hungry.
No.
I see. Havelock slowly looking.
Alright, who are we gonna have to eat first?
Any volunteers to lose your left arm?
Johnny.
You can't volunteer someone else. That's not the way that works.
Does anyone have the spell Regrow Limbs?
Is anyone part reptile?
I am.
I knew I should have gotten one of those crocodiles.
You don't need all of that tail, right?
Hey man, you don't need all of those fingers, right?
I'm gonna keep slapping myself so I stay awake.
Here, let me just cut off your leg. You'll wake up from that.
Would you like some combat to stay awake?
Oh no, I mean IRL.
Would you like some combat?
My question still stands, Freddy.
Say yes.
I feel like Spirit's just gonna jump through, just come out of nowhere and beat the fuck out of me.
Hey, he never said you're gonna live through the combat. He simply said it's gonna keep you awake.
I think I'm good.
No falling asleep. Oh no, he's rolling dice again.
Oh god.
You sure about that? It's been
It doesn't
several hours
matter
now.
if you want combat. Combat wants you.
You all are very drowsy from the day's events. You don't know what time of the night that it is, and it doesn't really matter as you have been jumping back and forth between time, and for the most part you all are very worn out and weary.
I'm not sleepy. I don't know what you're talking about.
What are you talking about?
I would like to pull a prank.
Go for it.
I'm gonna shock the hell out of a random person.
Okay. Do you want me to roll randomly?
Yes, please.
Alright. Go ahead and roll stealth.
Well, that sucked. Got a 3.
Okay. Havelock. You hear the sparking of electricity as Freddy is like reaching towards you. And he's like doing the thing where he's not looking at you, so he doesn't see that you see him as he's like reaching over with his hands electrified.
I'd like to stealthily row around him without him realizing it. In the stealth ball.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and roll stealth check.
That's gonna be a 24.
Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that passes Freddy's passive perception, so what are you doing? You just want to pop out of the morph ball and surprise him?
Now I'm gonna like pop up. It's just like what do I got in my inventory?
Ooh, that gives me an idea.
Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna zap the golden anchor on his back.
Okay. Freddy, you feel like you're gonna just reach out and shock someone random when suddenly there's a big weight on your back.
Hey, bud, I saw you reaching your hand. I thought you wanted to hold this for me. Thanks, bud. Havelock, like, slowly walks away now.
Do I have the option of throwing it, or am I just stuck?
Well, first you add 300 gold pieces worth of gold into your inventory.
No.
No. No.
No, keeping it. It's mine.
You gave it to him.
I told him to
I'll
hold
gladly
it.
Keep it.
I said hold it.
I'll keep it. Why not? That's free.
Every one of
that's-
you guys got a
that's
magic
free.
item. I got the golden thing. You back off.
That's free 300 pieces of gold.
You can down. I can't. Don't test me.
Can I imbue the anchor with lightning or?
Well, what do you mean by imbue it?
Like, put lightning inside of it for, and whoever touches it gets electrocuted.
I mean, you can just like concentrate shocking hands on the anchor because it is gold, so it does conduct electricity.
I'll go ahead and do that.
You just like hand it over to somebody and be like, "Here, hold this," but it's electrified. Who do you offer the anchor to?
Johnny, my boy.
Huh?
Johnny, my boy. Can you hold this for me?
I'm more probably gonna with this. So.
I mean, I could always just give it back to Havelock.
I'll hold it.
Okay, Freddy, roll damage.
Oh man, this is gonna be an epic prank. Electrocutes himself.
Whoa.
All right, Johnny, you take 12 points of lightning damage.
Wow. So trustworthy.
I'll tell you this much: you're awake now.
Yes. What happened to the anchor? What happened to the anchor after he did that?
Yeah, you got it.
This is what happened to it.
Okay. So he lifted it up after he didn't just drop it on his foot.
So what are you doing with the anchor, Johnny?
He said he's upset on his foot.
Oh, okay. Take 4 points of bludgeoning damage. Oh, also because it's gold, you can't heal for a minute.
Damn.
Wait, gold can prevent you from healing?
Yeah, so can silver.
I
Oh.
had no idea. Oh, it's because he's a
Yeah.
Wait, what?
I'm an idiot.
Silver
Wait, what?
blocks natural healing, gold blocks all healing.
I was like thinking to myself, wait, why would gold prevent him from healing? And then I realized, oh wait a minute, he's a vampire.
No, I said I dropped the thing on Freddy's foot.
He's opposite on
Yeah,
Freddy's
it was a
foot, not
joke.
his
It was a joke.
You
Blows
zop it on
off my
Freddy's
hand
foot,
while
you
I
take
hold
the
it.
damage. What the hell? Am I still healed?
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I just got a notification saying I got disconnected.
Oh, interesting. Johnny, as this pain happens to you, you hear a voice in your head. Freddy, you also hear this voice too that says,
We are not alone down here.
I would like to immediately draw my weapons.
okay, what's that gonna do?
I'm just gonna grab my ankle.
Okay.
Hearing a random voice in my head, why wouldn't I be on guard?
Yeah, I'll look around.
You recognize this voice as Wake.
Okay, I retract my statement.
Yeah, I'll pull out Wake. Like,
Yeah.
what do you detect or feel?
As Havelock picks up his now dented anchor, the voice comes back to you and says,
I can sense another creature. Ancient. Not.
Actually.
This kind of feeling. A presence I have not sensed since.
They
Can I
just sort of trail
possibly
off.
use detect magic?
Okay. Yes. You detect magic.
Hey.
And if I look out the window, do I see anything?
Make a perception check.
Guess I'll look out the window as well, out of curiosity.
Natural 20 for a total of 29. Let's go.
You look out, and there is just endless sand in every direction. And you can tell that this is pretty deep. This is about where you found Wake, really far out in the ocean, where there's basically no rocks or anything. It's just sand in every direction. You don't see any activity, no movement, no creatures or anything. And you guys haven't seen any fish or other wildlife in a long time. And Johnny, you swear you see movement just in the distance at the far edges of where the glow of this craft is. And you're not sure, but it seems like there's something. You're pretty sure that it's not even something shifting the water or the sand. You don't see any body or anything, but you see the sand move just ever so slightly. And then you see it happen again, just staying at the fringes of your vision from where the glow of the craft is emanating.
Okay. Wait, can you try to... If I went out there, could you try to talk to it?
I don't know if not speak to me, and if it did, it might hold a grudge.
I mean, basically, aren't like bed dragons are basically immortal? So I doubt a grudge would be pointless for creatures like you. Okay. So I just see the sand moving. That's it. I don't actually see anything.
Correct. You do not see any bodies of any creatures moving anything. All you see is the sand. Which leads you to believe that either the creature is entirely invisible or it has something to do with the sand.
What I can do? Yeah. What would happen if I went outside? Like, would it affect my body negatively or no?
I mean, if you were to step outside, you would have to hold your breath, but you're pretty confident you could withstand the depths that you're at currently.
Okay. Oh. So I'll just step outside and I'll like go my spells and I will cast mold earth on the ground to where like I swim there and kind of like mold earth to see what will happen to the ground where I saw the sand move.
I mean, you could do mold earth from inside as well if you wanted to.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. What is your spell casting stat? What are you charisma based?
It's charisma.
I don't remember what your spellcasting stat is.
It's charisma.
Okay. Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, one. Wait, hold on. It was not good, but I think I can use that right now. On that one ability. But never mind, I can use that. That's an 11.
Okay. Here's the here's the cool and terrifying thing about that. You got an 11 and I rolled worse than that. So it failed.
Ah.
But it's going to use a legendary resistance to not feel the effects of
Yeah,
Mold
you are
Earth.
right. That is definitely terrifying.
I don't know what happened if it's the season.
You hear the voice of Wake speak up again and says, "Just as I am able to affect the waters of this place, there are more things that a dragon's soul can be imbued into." And that's when you see the sand start to move on its own, and it swirls up around your craft, and you watch as it takes shape of a dragon, and it glares at you.
A dragon is my specialty. Alrighty.
A dragon made of literal sand.
Yes.
You have a dragon sandman.
Yes, exactly.
Hey. Fucking you.
Who here speaks Draconian?
Wonder who?
Ah, yes. I wonder who. Okay, I'll go ahead.
Is it just Freddy? Does nobody else speak Draconian?
Nope. I speak Abyssal in Elvish, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
Unless like teaches me Draconic, but I don't think neither said that, but throwing it out there.
You all feel a deep rumbling that shakes the entire cab, and this is the first time that all of you inside have actually felt anything, as it completely shakes the entire craft. And it's just a sort of... It's just sort of like roaring, but you can tell that it is like in sort of like this speech.
Welcome back, Holgil.
Freddy, you hear this voice
return.
say,
You dare.
I
What the fuck
dare.
did y'all do?
Oh,
Johnny
been gone for
might
10
have
minutes.
upset Mudzagan.
Sand dragon, actually.
I don't give a shit what it's called. I'm calling him Mud. He looks like mud.
can you be more
Look at that and you tell
specific?
me it don't look like mud.
the dragon doesn't seem to be referring to all of you, but is instead focused upon the other two draconian spirits accompanying you, as it says.
Even in death, you dare tread my space. It has taken me centuries to manifest this form.
Everyone here knows that dragons are territorial.
I wouldn't.
I think you would.
Listen, my friend, we have no intentions of taking your territory.
And yet
can I have
you
a piece of
tread
your
on
tail?
my soil.
Basically, they're saying that you're trespassing into their neck of the woods, their neck of the ocean.
My apologies, but please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Freddy.
I do not care.
Understandable. Any of you have a question that you want to ask?
What's Zagan taste like?
I'm not gonna ask him that.
Then why offer to ask it for me?
I have to ask you.
There's also no dragon body. It's just sand.
Any serious questions?
What happened to
Hey,
you?
I'm
Is it
being
aware
serious.
that within 48 hours the ocean will go away?
I don't know if
We are
I don't know if
attempting to
you're
stop it.
aware, but within the next 48 hours, the water will be going away.
Freddy, make a persuasion check.
Shit.
At advantage because I'm assisting?
I will say that you can give him bardic inspiration.
That's fair, I'll do that. It's a D10 now.
Ooh.
And I'll give him a pat on the back.
What was it again? Persuasion?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You have a D10 if you need it.
I would like to use one of my auto 20s.
All right. For a total of.
It's either plus 2. Then what you said with the one of my auto 20s. And then plus what?
D10.
You have a D10 if you need it.
Just roll D10.
Yep.
It lasts a minute.
Okay, I got a 9 from a D10.
All right.
Wait,
So
no.
you add 9 to 20 plus whatever your modifier is.
Then that'll be 30.
They stop, and you can see this form is like the entirety of its form cannot be viewed from the viewport alone. You can tell that it's completely encircled you and has halted your progress. But it hasn't touched your vessel yet. It hasn't planted anything against you to physically stop you, but it has wrapped its form around you to block your path.
I hate sand. It gets everywhere.
And it's sitting there for a moment, and you can see that it's losing a little bit of its concentration because the water is starting to blow away some of the sand. It loses a little control of concentration on its form as it's thinking.
Do
I'll
you
just
know
stand
what
there.
is the cause of the ocean's loss?
He's asking what is the cause of the ocean.
This is a bold claim you make, but not one I can sense from desperation. This is not a mere lie that anyone would pull out of their ass. Explain yourselves and your knowledge of this.
Guys, I'm fucking stupid. Help me out.
Well, the gods have left this world and it's falling apart. It's just a matter of time.
That's the beast to join in on this.
I have sensed this.
Guys, what do I say?
I'll just say that you guys can say whatever you want, and Freddy translates.
Wait, so if I say something, Freddy's supposed to translate it?
I mean, Freddy can choose not to.
Shit!
At will, numbnuts.
Okay,
Why are you talking about my nuts?
are you talking that like the gods have already went missing or disappeared altogether? So eventually
Within the next 48 hours, the last of them will go. The demigods, Talia and her sister, whose name escapes me.
Scotty.
Scotty. Thank you, Jesus.
You're welcome, bro.
I am
Is that
aware of
picture
these
of,
two individuals and the tempest that they have caused in the waves above. What is your part in all of this? What brings you to my realm?
would
Simply
like
passing through. We seek. Was it El Dorado legitimately, or is that just the comparison to our world?
We are calling it Dorado. No L.
Oh, okay. We seek the ruins of Dorado.
Dorador. I have a door to Dorador,
And you watch as a portal opens up out of the sand.
Interesting.
Yeah, it actually does that.
I can show you access to the ocean gates that I guard here in my realm.
And like a bunch of sand moves away, and there's like a pit, and you can see that there's like this ancient structure. It looks like something from Tears of the Kingdom, and it's just like a Stonehenge gate, basically. And he watches the water inside of it is like swirling in towards the center like a whirlpool. And Havelock, you know about these. You know how these work. There are ethereal currents that connect places together. Like a wormhole.
They're really useful, but they give me a massive headache every time I use one.
Yeah.
Oh, and anyone that barely goes through it, you might throw up.
That's gonna be fun.
Magical gate of hangovers?
But
I
tell
think
me,
vertigo would be more.
what is
under-
your plan, your purpose? What do you plan to do at the sunken city?
Well,
You wish to know our plan.
we're looking for something of pure gold to maybe help us be able to defeat something that could have possibly taken or killed the god in order to try to fix what happened.
Let me put in like this. There are weapons that can help us to kill the thing that drove the gods away.
We could definitely also use your help. Every little bit help.
Make a persuasion check.
Me?
I also.
No, I think Freddy's gonna do it again.
Freddy is the
Okay,
one
Since
that's
I'm the
talking,
one
so...
translating.
Does he get advantage because I'm helping him tell him?
I'm gonna say no because I think he's still hostile towards you, so they cancel out. He's still like on the edge and like trying to understand what you guys are doing more than anything.
I got a 19.
Okay.
If it is gold that you're after, perhaps you could seek audience with King Midas. If you are not already dead, but perhaps his vaults might hold something you could use.
Havelock, like, slowly leans over to Hogil. Who's King Midas?
Havelock, make a history check.
Whole hero will lean back over and say, "You would know better than me. You lived here."
Your house.
That's a 15.
You would know Midas as one of the monarch's magicians. He was dabbling in some strange magics, alchemy basically, a scientific version of magic, which is, to your people's standards, heresy. It would be like if somebody at like a wizard school started like praying to a deity for help, basically. It's like not your people's ways, basically. But he discovered early transmutation, turning one thing into another thing, which was also unnatural and blasphemous to your people.
Double negative.
So Havelock, you would be able to tell everyone else about Midas.
I'm gonna keep it to myself.
Okay.
Because it was heresy.
Mhm.
my person, are they in the? Are they within the Dorado?
If they were, they'd be long dead.
Yeah, but the dragon mentioned his vault. So something might have survived.
Or he
My
might be able to
people
use
don't
one of his
tend to
artifacts.
live that long. Then again, I didn't really know much about the magic things.
Yeah.
So maybe he found some kind of way to survive. It's entirely possible.
Studying magic was like for the royals, the ones that were connected to the pantheon and whatnot. They were in touch with the deities and whatnot.
And as you could probably tell, I am not in touch with no deeds.
Yeah.
I dislike.
What was
them,
your
if I'm
position? Were
being
you like
honest.
a guard or something? You were part of the military, right?
My character was a part of the military.
That's right.
He was more of like an assassin than anything, because he was just sent to kill people.
That's right.
why he
Yeah,
was a
I was like,
stealthy
you
bastard.
wouldn't stand around guarding things. You were like a killer person. Yeah.
Yeah, he was just basically a royal assassin. If they needed someone dead, they sent him in a group to go take care of them.
Right. You were like a task force, like the SEALs.
Yeah, we were
Ironically.
pretty much just a hit squad.
Mhm.
Let's go, government sanctioned hit squads.
So yeah, you weren't really in touch with like the common folk. I don't want to say like scuttlebutt, because that's usually like.
I knew
referring
my
to-
parents, and that was it.
Yeah. You weren't a very social person. Let's just put it that way. And you didn't hear rumors.
I mean, when you're known for being one of the killing people, it ain't exactly a good thing. No one really likes hanging around you when they know you could pretty much slip behind them and snap their neck.
It ain't easy to socialize.
Pretty much.
Yes. The dragon has presented its bargaining chip, the wormhole, which will expedite your process. Basically.
Can I suck it out?
I mean, do you want to get out and investigate it, or do you just want to take a look from where you are?
I want to get out and investigate.
Okay. Yeah, you can pop out, and it grows angry upon your approach, and it does move to block your path, but when it recognizes your race, it says, "Interesting. I was sure, but all of you had gone extinct."
Havelock doesn't understand him, right?
Actually, I think it talks to you in fish language.
Oh, it speaks in one of my native. Okay.
Yes.
Alright, Havelock just like looks up.
It's probably like broken fish. I'm sure that you know like a more regal version of like the actual
So it's
ancient
basically
language.
it's speaking to me like how I was speaking to Golgamel at first.
Yes.
Fair enough.
It's like different accents of the ocean. So they would probably be speaking to you in something of like I'm trying to think of like a certain type of like broken English. Maybe
Maybe
like
like
More
versus Latin.
Canadian French.
yeah,
Like
sure.
Spanish in Spain versus versus Mexico.
I'm thinking more Canadian French than anything.
Do you
It says what are you attempting to do by separating yourself from your safety? It
I
said you
have
this.
it's I have experience with the portal that you are currently guarding at the moment. I would simply like to make sure that it is working properly, and make
Make
sure
a
it
persuasion
isn't.
check.
All right. My persuasion has 0 plus to it. All right.
Oh, zero modifier.
That's
Let
a
those bones roll.
19.
Okay. Just because it's intrigued by you, it says,
You may approach and observe, but know that if you enter the portal yourself, you will be leaving the rest of your friends behind. To my wrath.
Why?
I only like about 2 of them.
okay, and you just swim up and take a look.
Yeah, Havelock's just like gonna swim around it, making sure everything's working.
All right, make an investigation check.
That's a 27.
It's definitely old and falling apart, but still in completely working order.
Alright, and to test it, I'm going to pull a single gold coin out of my pocket. And
Oh,
just
no.
toss it into it.
Okay. It enters into the whirlpool, and you watch it disappear.
Everything seems to be working out. I thank you for allowing me to make sure it was in working order. And Havelock's gonna swim back over to the submarine.
Of course it works. I've been cutting out. It's freaking walking away from me. Okay.
Just starts grumbling.
Simply because you have been guarding it does not mean that it would still be in working order. Nothing is immune to time.
You dare.
And
This guy's
he
really touchy.
he moves in front. I mean, this is the only part that he has of his horde. This is all that the dragon has to protect. So yeah, he's touchy. But yes, he says,
I understand your position, and you understand mine. But now,
Indeed I do.
why should I help you?
Aside from protection in which you live,
I need something more than
Your
empty
territory.
promises of the greater good.
What do you want exactly?
I can physically give you travel there. What can you offer me in payment for my service?
Can I reach into Schrodinger's bag of requirement?
okay.
No. See if anything of particular interest is pulled out.
I'd like you to roll me a D100.
Right, you can do that on D&D Beyond. 94.
Okay. You reach inside the bag and don't feel anything. Because you don't know what you're looking for and wanting, and you don't know how to quantify what it's asking for either. So, unfortunately, there is nothing inside the bag.
How about if I may create you something in exchange?
And basically, Holger, if you knew something that you wanted to pull out of the bag, you could do that. But if you're just sort of blindly reaching in there. That's what the random roll is for. It's basically like asking me to provide something, and so that's why I roll it. What do you want to make, Johnny?
I'm for what? So it seems like you can control like sand or like just anything around it if you focus on it.
In the same way that Wake is imbued into this stone shield, you get the idea that all that's left of this dragon is these like fragments, these tiny bits of sand and silt.
First of all, ask him, like, would you want jewels or maybe like a weapon or like a trophy of some kind?
You want to ask what it wants?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check, Johnny. I'll allow you to do it since you can kind of communicate with your dragon sword and shield.
Oh, wait, I'm using odds money.
Oh, okay. For a
No,
total
two
of?
guys. Do I add my modifiers or no?
Yes.
It would be 3 then. It would be 23.
Okay. It doesn't believe it's possible, but to have another form would be preferred. Because right now it can really only exist in the bottom of the ocean. And that's not its preferred terrain.
So I would like us to make it a physical form.
If it was able to possess something more physical, like, you know, the sword and the shield that you got, that would be nice, but you don't really know how to provide that.
What about my Sidon?
Wait, don't we have like a crazy mount that absorbs whatever would come in contact with it?
I think
What's his name?
I'm not
It
entirely
basically
sure.
wants a new form, but that's just sort of out of necessity. Of course it would, like, you know, want a horde, basically, but it's knowing that this is not the greatest of places to be.
It wants to escape this area, pretty much.
Basically. It wants to be able to fly again.
Hmm.
I think,
It wants to be free from its watery grave.
Hmm.
yeah, both literally and metaphorically.
It was a wind dragon, so it does not prefer being down here in the water and the sand. It feels demeaning and so is just generally irritated by its position in life now.
Okay.
Would
What
a
do
book of levitation work on a creature this big?
What book do you have? Is this the fish book?
No, Book of Misspells would not have something like this, but
Okay.
I know there's a magic tome for it's metagame knowledge, admittedly.
Oh, the power
But
shift
it
tome?
was- No, the power shift tome allows you to swap stats. I'm wondering, we had a Book of Levitation in the Curse of Strahd campaign, and I was wondering if something like that would work on something like this.
I'm pretty sure what the power shift tome is that it changes your physical body into like energy, so that you can like go ghost and like go through walls and stuff.
Wait, didn't I have that?
Yes, you do have the power shift tome.
No, I don't have it anymore.
Being unable to be affected by anything solid, you may make the attack action by moving through a creature. Swap ability scores between your physical and mental. Move all buffs and debuffs from a single target to another target.
Yeah,
So
so
for 3
basically you
rounds,
can
they
like
can fly.
change your form or like the energy affecting other creatures. That's what the power shift tome does, is it shifts power. And I don't remember who got that and how, but it's one of my first magic items that I got, or that I made.
The one I was thinking of was the anti-gravity book.
Oh, gotcha. The anti-gravity book, I think, was basically just like an empty book that someone could use as a spell tome, and it just floated in the air so that you didn't have to use your hands to hold on to it. Sort of like Doctor Strange's coat. Like it would just follow you around and open up for you, so you didn't have to use your hands. So wizards that required hand casting could do stuff easier. So what was your question?
Let me guess.
Yeah, I'm lost too. Anyone understand what's going on?
I was just wondering if the fucking levitate spell would work on it, and I thought we had something that would work for that. But
I
apparently
mean,
not.
I did have that book, but not anymore.
The unfortunate thing is that it doesn't have a body at the moment. It isn't a creature that can be targeted. That's its whole problem.
Wait, does that mean it can't even die anymore?
Yes. It is currently undead.
It can leave fragments that are scattered in the water.
It's not asking you to bring it back to life. It's just saying that, like, being a bunch of sentient sand at the bottom of the ocean sucks. And I mean, if you just want to, like, put it in a bag until you can find a solution later, it would probably prefer that.
I have an idea.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll stop it.
Can we? We probably would have to put him in a bag and then work this out later. Could we use this sand to make an alloy and do the constructs with it?
Yeah, if you guys wanted to, like, do some glass blowing later or something, you could do that. What were you gonna say, Johnny?
Yeah, I was thinking like we put his hand in the bag like later, maybe like mix the sand from it into like it's like a custom made statue for it, or the kind of like a custom like suit of armor for for its shape. It could
So
be,
we let it possess that, and it takes it as physical form.
yeah.
Well, do you know how to do that?
Johnny, roll me a d20. I don't want to say what this is.
Okay.
He rolls a 1, he dies.
13.
You do have a magic hammer. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm pretty sure like most of us have a magic item. I have a magic
Wait.
sight,
Yeah,
Johnny's
Bonnie has a
magic
magic
hammer
hammer.
fixes things.
Yeah,
and mine stabs things. High five, Zani.
Wait, you wanna like
Yeah, I'm gonna
keep
try
it
wait.
Felix? The
I'm
dragon?
gonna walk up to. Yeah, I'm like to go outside, and after like wait, we tell him to let me try something on him.
Okay.
Not me to
You know
harm
what?
him.
Can I do something as well, Sparrow, real quick?
What do you want to do?
You know how I could make like a ward pool with my sighting?
Yeah.
And you said that like the water was making his form like slowly disappear because of the fact that it was messing with his sand.
Yeah.
Can I like try to make the water like go around him, that way it doesn't mess with his sand anymore? That way we can talk to him without him, slowly disappearing.
Yeah, if you want to like try and condense his form for Johnny to like repair into one solid item, I'll say that you can give him advantage on his crafting check.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. Johnny, go ahead and make your crafting check with advantage.
Okay. So you do it with my intelligence plus.
Yeah, I think it's like, because you're an arcane crafter, I think we've just made it like an arcana check or like an intelligence saving throw. I don't remember which.
Yeah, I use my card because that's something I'm really good at.
Okay.
I knew that idea would work. I just didn't know what it would do.
8? No, I use my auto 20s.
Well, you have advantage.
Still get my auto 20.
Okay, for a total of?
Just take that off my list. 2. Yeah, 3. Take it off. 33.
33? Yes. Havelock does like this beautiful whirlpool that just brings all of the bits of sand down, and you are able to craft it into what shape do you want to make it into, Johnny? I will allow you to make it whatever shape you would like.
Probably. Yeah, probably definitely just something similar, almost. I'll try to make it almost identical to the form that we were trying to take on before we started putting it together. And I will also try to use some bits of the alloyed metal that we got from the shop we got the anchor from. With the
Oh, you mean
magnet.
all that metal?
Yeah, and I'll use bits of that as well to help it.
You know what,
Okay.
I'll give Johnny the bits of metal I had that I took from it.
Okay. I will say that with that, you are able to remake the original dragon scale that eroded into just a bunch of sand. And you're able to reinforce it with just some general bits of metal that you have on hand, some scrap that you've got. And the way that this dragon scale looks is that it's actually thinner than the other two dragon scales that you have, but it looks like it actually could be used to, you could probably craft this into something to either, scale the currents, basically. It kind of looks like you might be able to fashion some sort of glider out of it.
Fun enough to return take bits of him. While I'm doing this.
Has anyone seen the Mythbusters episode where like someone grabs the edges of a piece of plywood and uses it like a parachute?
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's a real thing that you can do because it does hold air. It's a bit
Wait,
unwieldy.
you can?
Yes, you can do that.
I had no idea.
Yeah. But that's what ancient people did in order to master flight and whatnot, is they used the dragon scales of wind dragons because they naturally had a magical affinity towards the air and were light and actually projected a current that you could sort of control. And that's what this dragon scale is.
We are playing D&D and Johnny will be playing Breath of the Wild.
Basically, yeah. I'm going to make this item later, and I'm just gonna write it down as updraft.
Okay, fair enough.
But basically, think of it as just a hang glider.
Okay.
Man, not only is Johnny playing, Breath of the Wild, but he's also playing Pokemon because he's just collecting dragon scales.
This man has 2 dragons now.
I think
3.
3.
Oh, he has 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have water, earth, and now air.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
And all this
also
man
the
needs is
Avatar.
fire, and he's the Avatar.
Yeah. You know what? Everyone take an egg point.
Go.
Johnny's becoming, like, really powerful right now. At this point, my assassination attempt in the future isn't gonna work.
Gradually declining everything I
Like,
make.
this dude's gonna be immune to every element with how many Zagans he got. I'm gonna zone you. Oh wait, I can't. That Zagan makes it to where all the water disappears. I'm gonna light you on fire. Ah, well, the flames are now lighting me on fire. I'm gonna crush you. Ah, well, now all the rocks flew right back at me. I can't make any jokes for air because I don't really know anything about that.
That's okay.
Suffocation.
Suffocation, no breathing.
Shut up! I knew someone was gonna say it.
I same.
The moment I said suffocation, I knew. Don't mind me going silent. I nearly died.
Yeah.
We did it.
I repaired the dragon.
Yes.
We did something.
Freddy, you didn't do nothing.
What?
Freddy didn't say anything.
Oh wait, was that you, Hogia?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, in that case, Hogia, you did nothing.
He
Correct.
did the okay. I'll be honest, I did not think you guys were going to be able to talk your way through that one.
Well, we are the superior Spider-Man.
You guys then maneuver into the wormhole. And it is an experience unlike anything you've ever felt.
Besides Havelock.
Except for Havelock, yes. It's an experience like being everywhere at once. And it feels like you're just standing in one spot for a long time while also experiencing the feeling of travel and movement, but also not moving your body. It's this strange sense where the two things that coincide do not normally relate to each other. And then in an instant that feels almost like an age has passed, you simply appear on the other side. And what you see is an even more gruesome scene than before. Before making your way through the ancient ruins of the Nuvidian Empire, you now see the cataclysmic remains of the biggest empire you've ever seen. You see craters in the ground, and the water around you is completely pitch black as pillars of smoke are slowly rising, and you can see spots of glowing energy all around you. Havelock, this is your home, and it's not that different from how you left it, because when you left it, it was under siege from a force unknown. But at this point, you don't see anything living here. And it's at this point that I would like to take a bathroom break, because I need one.
Go ahead.
Alrighty.
Well, boys, welcome to my home. What you think?
Sad and
It's a little cratered.
Yeah. When I told you guys we got absolutely destroyed, I wasn't kidding. There was like nothing we could do.
Yeah, I could see that.
We had better weapons and skills, but when it came down to numbers, it was like 100 to 1.
So how are you guys enjoying the session so far?
I'm finally home.
So
I
am
think
I.
I'm right.
I'm enjoying, but I think I'll be leaving now. Sparrow is quite late for me.
Okay. Yeah, we'll probably wrap up pretty soon. I just sort of wanted to describe things and if anyone wanted to investigate. But yeah, that's fine.
Good night, everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
So what you see is, you can still see terraces carved out of stone, like seafloor stone, and elegant coral topiaries that have been crushed and shattered. You can still see like the tiniest bits of architecture and carved pillars that are just shattered memories on the ground. And there is no sign of life anywhere. What would you all like to do?
Okay. Are these corpses like everywhere?
You do not see any bodies.
First and foremost, are we still underwater, or is this some sort of dome situation?
Nope, still underwater.
Then I can do nothing but pilot. Because I am squishy and human.
Sad.
Yeah, I think just about everybody
Classic
could probably
air breather.
survive being outside currently, except for Holgear.
He's only human. That's probably why.
Freddy and Johnny would have to hold their breath. Havelock and Sierra can breathe water.
Oh no, I have polymorph. I'd be good.
Oh, okay.
Just make sure you tell me what you're gonna
It'd
polymorph
suck for
into.
like 2 minutes.
Oh, I might accidentally eat you.
You can fucking try.
And you can fucking die.
Don't make an enemy of me.
I mean, my character pretty much only likes you and Sierra at the moment.
Hey, Holger, I sent you a private message of something that you could polymorph into. Just an idea.
I think I need to Google what that is.
Well, it's not hard to understand.
Well, yeah, but it also sounds like there might actually be a species similar to that.
If there is, I'm talking about the literal definition. I'm pretty sure this doesn't exist anywhere.
I like the vibe, but not around Havelock.
Okay. I'm just saying that he wouldn't be able to get you. That's all.
Why do I feel like he's gonna turn into like a fish that's just able to fly or fucking do something really quickly?
It would be something that's invisible.
Ah, come on.
Oops.
It's like a wyvern. They eat you.
I can't sense invisibility. Damn it.
Smell
Although
invisibility.
I am able to feel water currents. That's it. So if he's invisible and he's right next to me, maybe I'll feel him, but that's it.
Okay. Anywho. What would you guys like to do? It looks like this place once held a very simple civilization. Think of like Pompeii. Like, everything has been completely razed to the ground. There are actual signs of, like, some sort of strange buildup that is covered over sections. But you do not see any bodies, nor weaponry, or really anything of value. This is all just remnants and ruins. And in fact, the portal that you go through collapses behind you.
Seems about right. It was already slowly dying.
I can fix it. What the wall over there? Oh well.
I don't think you would be able to fix it, but sure. Anyways,
Yeah.
now that we're here, we don't really need it at the moment.
But yeah, as this this craft is scuttling over certain things, just without you even trying, the rocks and whatnot just completely disintegrate under your touch. The weight down here is so immense that it cannot even swim and has to scuttle across the floor. But the magics surrounding your vessel has rendered it impermeable to the crushing effects.
The pretzel.
Yeah. But because the environment around you is under this immense weight, it is very, what's the word? I guess delicate, for a lack of a better term. Yeah, even just like the general weight of your craft just completely crushes stuff as you walk over it.
Very brittle, in a sense.
Yeah, what would you guys like to investigate first?
I wonder if my family survived. Probably not.
But where do we look for?
The dragon mentioned a vault, so I imagine we go towards the whatever would pass for a castle,
Like a
leadership
royal
position area.
Yeah, Havelock, you would know that sort of in the side of the sort of undersea mountain side, there was, that was sort of what the castle was kind of carved out of. It really wasn't much of a castle as much as it was sort of like a den, basically. It was a series of tunnels and pathways with maybe like some sort of balconies, if you can even really call it that.
Nothing's really a balcony when you could just swim out of it.
Yeah, ledges, I guess, for a better term. So you could like walk up the outside of it, but yeah. Well, because the weight is so immense down here, only the people that were well trained in swimming, basically like military and other adults, are able to swim freely out here. Everyone else did sort of have to walk. And you remember the people that invaded your worlds had to walk as well.
So they definitely weren't that good when it came to swim.
Yes, and you could also tell that because of their equipment, they were wearing like basically full plate armor, but seems sort of magical to help resist the crushing effects of the ocean, that they probably were land people. But at this point in time, land people didn't exist, but you're able to discern that now after all of your experiences.
So the people that we fought were definitely some form of land people.
Yes.
possibly from the future, if not from your not actual timeline.
Johnny, take an egg point.
If I'm being honest, I thought, yeah, I'm not gonna say anything. I'll keep it for later.
I mean, you can say whatever you want.
Nah, I'm gonna save it for later.
Okay.
Go.
But yeah, you guys can make your way over towards where the monarchy den sort of was. As you guys are making your way through this this terrain, there is many pockmarks and broken pathways, and Holgir is having to basically weave in and around these areas. And you can see where these bits of glowing energy are that is releasing these plumes. The lower crust has actually been broken into, and you can see the magma getting forced out of it. That is basically unmoving. It has been sort of pressed down into its position and starting to refill in these cracks and crevices in the seafloor. Also making your way through, you do see these strange masses of something you can't quite define, but does seem familiar. There's this sort of brackish, what's the word I'm looking for? Growth that is covering various points of the ground. And it does seem to be sort of... It almost seems to be dead in a way. The same way that you can see the various pieces of coral and whatnot that are dead. Does anyone want to take
I'll
a look?
roll a... Would it be like a history check to see if I remember it? like
You
perception?
can make whatever sort of skill check you would like.
I'm gonna roll a stealth. I'm kidding.
I
gonna
mean,
roll
do you want to sneak
perception.
up to it?
Well, in a thing, I don't think I should sneak up to it when we're in this, like...
I
Unless
mean,
you
you
guys
can
want to
get out.
stop so I can take a look.
Dead plant.
I don't really think it would be a plant. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna get out and go up to it.
Okay. Are you stealthing up to it?
Yes.
Alright, roll a stealth check. It never hurts to be prepared.
That's gonna be a 22, but one of my skills make it to where anything that I have this little white little dot with it, it automatically goes to a 10 if it's 9 or below. So 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you quickly and stealthily maneuver up to it without causing any motion in the water.
And that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I was sent to kill people.
Okay, and now that you're up to it, what would you like to do?
I want to roll a perception check.
Okay. Investigation would probably be more, but you can make a general perception if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a perception.
Okay.
You know what? No, screw it. I'll just do investigation.
Okay.
Oh, very coral.
You say that one more time, I'll stab you. That's gonna be a 24.
You can tell that this mass is not just like molten rock or, you know, broken fragments of something. This is definitely something foreign that has been brought to your realm. And the way that it looks, it does look frighteningly organic. But it is dead
So
now.
It's dead now?
It is this sort of mass of something that you can kind of see bits and pieces where this might have been like an organ here, or like some sort of fleshy bit here and there, but it's dead now. It's an
So it was at
amorphous
one
mass
point
of flesh.
alive.
Yes.
Ooh, that's like kind of reminds me of the Kragan that we killed.
I will
So it's like a
say
lot of
this,
flesh.
because you rolled so high, you can see just sort of in the cracks and whatnot, you can still see some inklings of something black that probably pulsed through this mass of flesh.
Oh man.
Oh, was it the Zell stuff?
The structure gel, yes.
Oh god, it was
Something
you.
managed to kill the structure gel.
So it came here and
Oh, that's not good.
something managed to kill it. That is not exactly a good thing. Because if that thing's hostile to us, I'm gonna be honest, I don't think we're gonna be able to fight it.
Can I take something large inside the
You know what? I'd like to collect a sample of it.
Okay. Yeah, you'll have to like get your weapon out and like literally break off of a chunk.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay.
You want me to roll like an attack or something?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me an attack.
Just breaks off.
Yeah, all the trident pieces go flying and he has to collect them again.
No! Okay, that's a 14.
I'll say that with a 14, you're able to just slice off a sliver.
Well, I didn't really need that big of a piece. This works.
Okay.
This is dead. Can I like crack it open, see like if anything got lodged inside of it?
Go ahead and make me an attack roll.
Okay. I'll use weight. Why not? 11.
You just sort of clang off, and you're able to get like a dent into it, and you can also retrieve a sliver, but you are unable to break it open.
Can you try to use fallacious one and just shatter?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll damage twice.
Roll it.
Wait a minute,
Oh, wait.
twice?
Wait, so
Yeah,
that's
because shatter, when it goes up against structures, is a critical hit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I rolled the wrong thing. That's the weapon damage, not the actual spell damage. Okay. First one's 18.
Well, I think I don't remember. Hold on. What is shatter?
Unmatchable.
It is 3d8. So roll
Yeah.
6d8.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
First one was 18, and the second one was 9. So 27.
Okay. You whack your hammer against this thing, and without even disturbing the rest of the water, you just watch as this thing like writhes for a second. And you swear that it's alive, but it just sort of like shakes itself apart and cracks and breaks open. It does not start floating away because of the immense pressure down here, but you are able to like pull apart some pieces. And as you sort of sift through the various pieces, you don't see anything inside. Like, this wasn't over the top of somebody's body or anything. This was just literally a full massive growth.
Mm.
But it's broken up into some manageable pieces now, if you want to take a section off of this.
I'll take a piece of it.
I'll also say that with that attack, the sound does not travel any farther beyond your general periphery. So if there
Good,
is
so no
anything
one
down
would
here,
notice us.
you would not have disturbed it. You're welcome.
Unless
Hey,
it's
I'm gonna
already
need to head
right
off,
next to
too.
us. Doo-doo-doo.
Would you say, Holgear?
He said he's gonna head
I'm
off.
gonna need to head out too.
Okay.
I gotta wake up in like 7 hours. You know, you guys.
No. Is there anything else you guys want to do?
I want to kill the DM and take over.
And the campaign is over.
Well, damn. I killed him too well. I ended the campaign.
What's that, Freddy? Freddy?
I think
I think he fell asleep.
Oh.
He did
Is
say
it
he was
cool?
slapping himself awake.
Yeah. Well, we can call it here for now. You guys are just sort of collecting the stuff, and then we'll pick up where you guys are heading over towards the castle.
We all just collecting pretty much test samples at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that works.
Okay.